Afghan refugees in Pakistan have been facing increasing hostility. After the Taliban's takeover in Afghanistan in August of last year, hundreds of stories have arisen regarding the ill treatment of Afghan refugees in neighbouring Pakistan. Let's take a closer look at the continued abuses suffered by Afghan refugees and their hostile reception in Pakistani territory. A viral video shows several Afghan refugees detained and tied with a rope in Pakistan's Karachi city. The detainees in the video were seen complaining that the police took away their cell phones and money. The shocking video was condemned by the world and was also criticized by the former Afghan president, Hamid Karzai. Karzai urged the government in Islamabad to treat Afghan refugees as per international laws and respect their human rights. In the backdrop of increasing hostility against Afghans, Karen Decker, the charge d'affaires of the U.S. mission to Afghanistan, also visited Pakistan as part of her listening tour to discuss the situation.
They have 1.3 million Afghan people in Pakistan today, maybe 1,000 that are detained in terms of refugees, and this is based on President Karzai's statements, but there's a major population of Afghans there in Pakistan. I don't believe that they're treating every Afghan citizen bad, but I do think they are targeting specific populations of people who may have supported America in the West.
Of the more than 6 million Afghans who were forcibly displaced from their homes by the end of 2021, 3.5 million were displaced within Afghanistan, while 2.6 million were hosted as refugees, making this one of the largest protracted refugee situations in the world. The vast majority of refugees from Afghanistan are living in Pakistan and Iran, which continue to host more than 1.3 million and 780,000 registered Afghan refugees, respectively. However, in recent years, Pakistan has shifted its policy towards Afghan refugees. It has not only restricted refugees at borders, but has also forced Afghans in the country to leave. As per the Afghanistan Embassy in Pakistan, more than 1,250 Afghan refugees in Pakistan have been detained within the past 50 days. Most of the Pak-Afghan border, which one used to be able to cross with ease, is now fenced and is refusing Afghans attempting to cross over. Pakistan's recent actions have not only sparked anti-Pakistan sentiments among Afghans, but the relations between Islamabad and Kabul are quickly turning toxic.
So what they have now is a troublesome regime which they helped to install, and therefore they are no longer enamored of the Afghan refugees as they once were, and hence they are now becoming arbitrary and cruel, and they want Afghan refugees to be out of Pakistan.
As the situation in Afghanistan remains unpredictable and unstable, a large majority of Afghans who earlier fled are hesitant to return to their homeland. According to the World Bank, a sharp decline in public spending, lower household incomes, and a fall in demand for products has led to a vicious economic spiral in Afghanistan, which seems to get worse day by day. Global sanctions on the Taliban government have caused disruptions in the country's payment system, as crucial dollars previously earmarked for Afghanistan have been frozen. Constraints on supplies, which have further hampered private sector activities, force many businesses to close or scale down their operations. The plight of Afghan refugees seems everlasting, as they struggle for peace and stability, both at home and outside. In the wee hours of November 9th, Nepal was awoken with the shock of a 6.3 magnitude earthquake striking the Himalayan region, killing at least 6 people and injuring 5. This was the first major earthquake Nepal has faced since the April 2015 earthquake that killed some 9,000 people and injured thousands more. The 7.8 magnitude quake displaced some 600,000 families, many of whom are still struggling to lay down their roots again. According to the Global Report on Disaster Risk, Nepal ranks in the 11th position in terms of earthquake risk. Why is the Himalayan nation so prone to frequent earthquakes? Nepal sits on the boundary of 2 massive tectonic plates, the Indo-Australian and Asian plates. It is the collision of these plates that created the Himalayan mountains, and unfortunately, with them, earthquakes.
There have been researches, so many researches, and then scientific findings as well, that the reports and the assessment says that this western part of Nepal is much vulnerable to mega earthquake. It is because like Nepal is located on the top of these 2 big tectonic plates, that is Eurasian plate and this Indian plates, and they are like moving against each other since long, and the energy that has been accumulated beneath that, and at any time it can burst, and that may cause a mega earthquake in this region. So this region is just on the top of this fissure on this fault line, so that's why the chances is much high.
The people of Nepal, recognizing the inherent dangers in their geographic position, strive to be prepared if, and likely when, disaster strikes again. Meet Nazma Salmai, a resident of Dongadi village in Nepal's Kailali district. She has undergone training for strengthening urban preparedness and earthquake preparedness and response in western region of Nepal. This training, designed specifically for earthquakes, has even helped her family in the face of other emergencies. When a fire broke out in their home, Nazma and her 20-year-old daughter, Fahin Salmani, thanks to their training, were able to react quickly and save themselves.
हाम्रो घरमा त्यो सिन भयो के अब त्यो सिनको कुरा हामीले अर्कोलाई पनि भने के हाम्रो घरमा यस्तो भयो थियो मैले यस्तो गर्यो सरले मम्मीले यस्तो भन्नु भयो थियो अनि मसँग अर्कोले सुने अनि उनकोसँग अर्कोले सुने त्यसका सबैले थाहा भयो यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ त्यो फाइदै भइहाल्यो सबैलाई.
Local authorities in Nepal's disaster-prone areas, with the assistance of the United Nations Development Project, UNICEF, and UN Women, are providing training to residents. Appreciating the substantial looming threat, local bodies have established the Local Emergency Operations Center, which aims to collect and disseminate accurate information to the public at the time a disaster strikes.
त्यो घटना घट्नुभन्दा पहिलेको चाहिँ अभ्यास के हुन सक्छ भन्ने खालको अभ्यास गर्ने कुराहरू र कम्युनिटीमा गएर त्यो कुरालाई चाहिँ मोबिलाइजेसन गर्ने कुराहरू र त्यहाँ गएर सिन्चित गर्ने कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ अगाडि बढाउनमा हामीलाई सुपर परियोजनाले अलिकति प्रभाव पारेको छ.
Home to some 29 million people, residential construction in Nepal booms. However, it does not appear that the nation has learned from past disasters, as the majority of new construction does not adhere to standards designed to minimize damage from earthquakes. Despite attempts to equip citizens with basic earthquake safety training, Nepal, a country with limited resources, comes to battle unprepared, given its precarious position bordering the Indo-Australian and Asian plates.